All right, let's check in with Steve now for the top business stories, starting as usual with Greece.
Keep trying. That is the message to Athens. Finance ministers from the 17 Eurozone countries are stepping up the pressure on Greece to implement tough austerity measures in exchange for further financial aid. The strong message from ECOFIN comes after the Greek government acknowledged on Monday that it expects to miss its deficit-cutting targets this year and next year. ECOFIN ministers are currently considering the disbursement of an €8 billion installment of aid, without which Greece could default on its debt within weeks.
Once again, the Greek finance minister had only bad news in his file. The annual budget deficit has been raised upwards and the outlook bleak. It's difficult for him to convince other Eurozone ministers that Athens can meet their loan conditions.
Greece is a country with structural difficulties, but Greece is not the scapegoat of Eurozone. Greece is a proud country. We have the possibility and the capability to go ahead despite a deep recession.
The head of the Eurogroup seemed reluctant to speak about Athens to the media.
Today we won't be making any decisions about the next installment of bailout money.
Germany's finance minister called for patience.
We're waiting for the Troika's report, and when we get it, we'll use it as a basis to make the necessary decisions. It makes no sense to speculate about it beforehand.
But behind closed doors, the discussion is likely to be about Greece and the future of the common currency. In public, the ministers focused on their endorsement of Germany's Jörg Asmussen as the next ECB chief economist.
Well, regardless of what decisions are made concerning Greece, many of the country's citizens are fed up with their political leaders. They are struggling to make ends meet and fear more austerity measures. Repeated demonstrations and strikes have disrupted everyday life in recent weeks, and Monday was no exception.
The police stopped these students from reaching Parliament. They were demonstrating against university tuition fees. On Monday, Athens belonged to the young people. In the morning, high school students marched in protest against radical changes to the education system. They chanted, "Work for our parents, books for children."
There are no books and there are no teachers, and we came to fight for this and for free public education.
We're afraid of the future, that we'll be unemployed when we leave school. That's why we're demonstrating against the planned cuts.
The newspapers are also predicting doom. The headlines read, "Execution in a few steps," and "How they want to destroy us." The papers are blaming the spiralling debt on politicians.
The people who caused the problems aren't capable of resolving them or finding a solution. Their mentality remains the same. Their behavior remains the same. So they cannot solve them.
I'm 76 and I can't remember living like this, not even during the Nazi occupation. We had more independence then and more jobs. We're sinking.
Students say they'll continue taking to the streets in the coming days, and trade unions have announced a general strike for Wednesday.